everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a makeup tutorial using all of my favourite products, so I'm really excited. Okay, was that a good intro? Probs not, but we're gonna roll with it because we're just gonna roll with it. If you see me looking over here, it's because I've got a mirror right there. So first things first, primer. So my favourite primer, or my favourite two primers, are the Guerlain primers. The Meteorites one and this gold one. The gold one I'm going to use today because it just plumps your skin and kind of just makes it feel tight, which I feel like I need that right now. So I'm going to use that today, but the other one is also a favourite of mine. It's so good. So I'm just going to apply a pump of that. And it's got gold flakes in it, so how could it not be my favourite primer, do you know what I mean? So just popping that on the skin. So for foundation, I have two favourites. Now, the L'Oreal Lumi Magique foundation is my all-time favourite foundation, but for some bizarre, unknown reason, they've decided to discontinue it. Question mark. Why on earth would they do that? It's such a good foundation. So unfortunately literally this bottle is pretty much all out, so I'm like savouring the last little drop. You can purchase that off of eBay for about £8, but it's just so annoying. Anyway, so I'm going to be using this foundation, which is another favourite of mine, but it's got slightly more coverage. So this is the EX1 Invisiwear foundation. If you want an in-depth review of this, I have one, so I'll link it down below. And I'm going to mix that with a little bit of the Laura Mercier Illuminating Tinted Moisturiser because this is darker and this is a little bit too light for me at the moment. Maybe not actually. A little bit too light. So I'm just going to mix them together. But this is like my favourite tinted moisturiser ever. So I'm going to take one pump of the foundation and just dot it all over. So this isn't like super high coverage, but it's more high coverage than I usually go for. And then I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of this tinted moisturiser, like literally a pea-sized amount, and just mix it in because it's slightly darker. Funny story, I had a brand new beauty blender, or Real Techniques beauty sponge, and then I decided to drop it down the toilet because I was dampening it. And then I wrung it out, and then I went to take it over to the towel and it fell down the toilet. And I did consider just giving it a wash and using it, but then I thought, no, that is absolutely rank, don't do that. So I've thrown that away. So I'm using a brush today, but this is not my favourite method of applying foundation. I just need to get a new Real Techniques beauty sponge. So just thought I'd add that little story in there for you guys. But I do love this brush as well. It's just not my like go-to way of applying foundation at this time in my life. So guys, I just wanted to say how like happy it makes me to sit down and film. Like I haven't sat down and filmed a video in a long time, and I mean, you guys, maybe you would have seen my previous video where I talk about like what I've been up to and blah blah blah, a little life update. And I've just kind of not had the time, but like I just forget how much I love sitting in front of a camera and talking to myself, you know? It's just so fun. I'm joking. It's actually really fun to interact with you guys. The fact that I have 6.5k subscribers is just unreal to me, and I just feel like it's so unfair to not post when people have subscribed to your channel, you know. Next favourite I'm gonna use is the Maybelline Instant Age The Eraser Eye thingy-majiggy. I'm gonna pop that on. This just seems to do everything it needs to do. Like, it cancels out my dark circles. It's really lightweight formula, so it's not cakey under the eye, and I just really like it. So I just pop that in the sort of centre of my face. And I'm gonna blend that out. Sorry guys, so one thing you should know about me, if you don't know it already, is that I do a lot of accents. I just can't help it, sometimes they just come out. So like 1 minute I'll be talking in an Australian accent, the next I'll be in a Scottish accent. So just bear with me with that. So the next favourite is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I've tried so many different translucent powders in my time. Some really, really high-end ones as well. And nothing beats this, in my opinion. Like, you can buy it for $4.99 for crying out loud. There's no flashback. It doesn't cake up. It does the job, you know? It's so good. And I don't know why you would purchase a really expensive one when this is so good. Alright, the next thing is bronzer. So for my bronzer, my actual favourite bronzer is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze, but I think they've definitely just continued it in the packaging that I used to have, which is like the square little compact. That is no more. So I think they've repackaged it, but it doesn't look quite the same, which makes me really sad, because that is my favourite bronzer of all time. However, I don't have any of that anymore. I used up my last little bit a little while ago. So this is the bronzer I'm using at the moment. It's still really good and it's really cheap. It's from NYC and it's the Big Bold Bronzing Powder in ManhaTan, or ManhaTan, if you will. And yeah, it's still really good, and I'm going to finish this up before I buy any more. And I do really like it, so that's why it's in this video. And it's really cheap. I actually don't know if they still make it, because I bought that a long time ago. It's lasted me forever because it's such a big pan. Alright, cool. Bronzed up a little bit. Perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is highlighter. The highlighter I've been absolutely loving at the moment is this Hourglass Vanish stick highlighter in Champagne Flash. This was bought to me by some very close girly friends, and they bought it for me for my birthday, and it's just beautiful. Let me just demonstrate for you. So I just took a bit on my hand, on my finger, and then I'm patting it whilst flipping you guys off, so enjoy that. It's just so... it's the perfect shade, number one, for my skin tone. It's also really natural looking. It's not like a chunky, glittery highlight. It's like glow from within type vibes. So yeah, I just pop it cheekbones, nose, cupid's bow. Sometimes I use this as eyeshadow or a base for my eyeshadow, which actually I'm going to do right now. Alright, so that is the highlighter done. So now I'm gonna do my brows. I literally never do my brows anymore. I dye them, so they're like darker than they would be anyway, and then I just put brow gel in them, and my favourite one is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in medium dark. And I just go through them and push them up. And that's literally all I do, because I'm just not that into brows at the moment. Like, I like dark brows, that's why I dyed them, but I don't like really filled in brows. So I just do this and it works for me, so. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is my eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, I'm using the Tarte Buried Treasure eyeshadow palette, which my lovely friend Saf bought me for Christmas, I believe. And this is such a gorgeous palette. So with my finger, I'm going to go in with this colour right here, which is the gold, like the most gorgeous champagne gold shade, and I think it's called Palm. Yeah, it's called Palm. Going in with that all over the lid. Love it. Do you know what? I don't think I want anything else. I know it's very subtle and probably not that interesting for you guys to see, but my type of makeup that I love doing on myself and other people is just like simple, effortless, like just shove it on, blend it, like use your fingers if you want sort of makeup. I'm not like one of those amazing makeup artists that does like all these extravagant things with regards to the eyeshadow. I'm just not one of those. Okay, so next I'm gonna set my face before I do my mascara. I don't know why I have this weird thing that it's gonna go all over my face if I do my mascara then set my face. Probably won't, it's just a thing. MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus in the Rose scent. So good. I'm gonna do my lip. The lip liner I'm gonna use just to define my lips a tiny bit is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. Sweet, and then I'm gonna do this liquid lip from Smashbox, which is another favourite. Their formula of liquid lip is so, so good. This is in the shade Fair Game, and I absolutely love it. Alright, so last but not least is to curl my lashes and add some mascara. So I'm using the Uemura Gold Eyelash Curlers, which have been with me forever now, and I absolutely love them. And then for mascara, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. How could I not use this? It's so good. And you guys know I don't really do my bottom lashes with mascara. It's just not for me. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know it's not the most exciting of makeup looks. Really actually very boring in fact. But these are my favourite products at the moment and I would recommend them to anyone. So all the products will be linked in the description box. So please check those out if you're interested. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!